Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the show for what is a pretty exciting matchup. But I feel like RBG got a pretty hard pull here, Keith. Chaos, a team that we kind of agree is definitely in the top 2 or 3 teams in Season 4 of Winners League. I think contested really only clearly by Triumph. But the knife round's already concluded, and the pistol round is already underway, and Overpass is the first map of the series. Let's begin the action in the show. I'm not sure how RBG is going to fare. I know that they are an insane team, and I know they're actually very close to breaking through that barrier, breaking through that threshold of that next level. But are they ready to topple a very hungry Chaos?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. And you know what? I think this round's the answer. 2 from X, 2 from Welco, just like that, Roy. You ask a good question, a fair question, and you immediately get a reply. I think this RBG team, we've seen stripes of brilliance from them. A very aggressive, in-your-face, young gun team who really do have upset potential. Upset potential to beat Chaos on Overpass. I believe the map they beat MIBR on, Roy. Won the series, by the way. But, yeah, I believe this is the same map. So, honestly, a good one for RBG too, though. If you've watched their matches before, they love connector control. They love fights like this. And they're going to continue to do it. I'm happy to see them not shy away. Okay. Why you got to do that? As I was saying, it's good to see them not shy away from such a strong map from Chaos and just play it with confidence. Clearly exerting that right now.
Oh, Steel's going for the QB sneak. Oh, so close too. Unfortunate. Force buy does not really fare well. Vanity was the only one actually forced up with the scout. Everyone else was pistols, but now they will be buying up, and Vanity will be going on the deagle. So a bit of a mixed buy here for Chaos. Kind of hurting themselves in this round, I feel. And Steel will have to downgrade here for extra utility unless he wants to go for the... Yeah, there it is. Again, downgraded to the Galil. And RBG takes out an op immediately in the hands of Wiz.
Wow. Hard calling that it's going to be a buy from Chaos. Wiz doesn't even need to shoot his off. Just burns the player down. Jonji overwhelmed in connector. Trades come in from Chaos, and there's still a man down. That's what RBG love to do, right? I mentioned they love connector. They enjoy fighting. Water pinches. They're not a shy team. And that's certainly not the case right now, but look at Leaf. He has snuck out towards Monster. Great timing to find Hexed. And now Steel can come out towards connector, perhaps. But Walco is not going to allow it to happen. Door's open. He'll take advantage. Bomb dropped for the second time this round. And now with Door being smoked, it leaves it all on Leaf. And it seems like Walco does not want to give this up. How does Leaf get into it? Spray into the smoke. Leaf down to 48. This is a little tough of a situation. Now the molly on top of it all. I'm not a fan of Leaf's odds. But he is going to give it a go. Smoke will fade.
Nice
Crosshair
shots.
placement's beautiful. And now it's very much so within reach, Roy.
Yeah, that's the thing with Overpass is once it gets down to these 1v1s, it is such a vast map. And you don't really notice how much space there is on this map until you're into these like very late round scenarios and only 2 players are alive. Leaf is going to take his chances. He's going to go for the A sprint. He doesn't even care if he makes noise. He's just going to go straight there. I don't think Wiz is even close enough to hear him running. Yeah, he has no idea. As soon as the bomb plane gets planted, Leaf has a really good opportunity to reposition himself or even move forward depending on what he wants to do here. I think the worst thing he can do, though, is get stuck in a pivot point like Truck. Like, you're going to be looking back, forth. There it is. Yeah, he's starting to advance a little bit here. It is going to come down to timing. Oh, he doesn't even... Wait, what?
This is... Wow. What a... I wonder what info he had or was trying to play like the long game or... Interesting. That's definitely not the way Leaf wanted that to play out. Gets caught by Wiz and RBG, Roy. They win 3 in a row. Now, with the loss bonus and the bomb plant money, I wonder if Chaos are tempted to buy, though. I have a feeling they are. We'll see how reserved they want to be, though. And yeah, it's going to be half buy. So typically reserve, and that's going to be the case here.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. Pretty expensive round for RBG, though, all things considered. And they have to do a good job of keeping this round as clean as possible. The problem is, yeah, you're dealing with pistols and armor, so even a single slip-up, even a single moment of hesitation from any of these RBG players, that's a gun. That's a man up for Chaos. And then the whole formula is different in that case.
Oh, Janji. Sound cue. Well, he was in a good spot, but he was feeling okay. G-Man Chu to pick up the mantle. Swings around, no one behind him. Back towards bathroom. Janji out he comes. Tech 9's great. Molly picked up for jump up. Axe is immediately going to realize and just sprint towards Bang. Does he spam dice? Does he spot Janji? He does. One leaf tagged up. CZ hand. Oh my goodness.
Oh!
Absolutely. How does he almost do that with a CZ? That is filthy.
A little bit more RNG luck in his way right there.
Yep.
Even if the bullets had not gone off the crosshair, that was a kill 100%. But the CZ, not the most trusted of companions sometimes. And it is RBG maintaining a lead, a very expensive round, and a pretty prosperous round for Chaos, getting that bomb planted as well. So now their economy is sitting pretty nicely. And they might even be in the territory of having 2 gun rounds in a row here. So Chaos have a very solid chance of double resetting RBG very early on. And that would help them so much for that early momentum. Just get some... Oh, Steel, not like this. See, everyone calls Vanity the troll on the team, but Steel is the real troll.
That's true. That is true. From out of game to in-game. It's the same guy. Maybe a bit more serious in-game, I suppose, than out of game. But good old Steel. G-Man, get a molly. Speaking of Steel, does he smoke it? Does he just back up? Takes no points of damage, surprisingly. I thought he might have been too close for that. His nade, successful in its mission. As again, Roy, the story of connector control continues for RBG. This allows and facilitates rotates. They're doing a double monster, double connector setup. Basically kind of baiting them to take bathrooms, almost play like a retakey type of A hit. And I really don't hate it. Just a lot of trust in Wiz to like live though. And that's going to be hard to do with Janji already sneaking up and not ready as Wiz. And I'm curious to see if it's an instant save call from RBG or if they get here in time, Roy.
Yeah, they're out. They know that their chances here are not looking very good, and they don't even want to bother risking it considering how low their economy is. I think the big problem is that the only gun they lost here was the op, so that's completely out. But yeah, Chaos setting for the Pope's plant. Little do they know, RBG's not even attempting this. I think within the next 5-10 seconds it'll click in. And Chaos pick up a pretty important round. Smart of RBG though not to push and pull too much into the situation. Just instantly save. That way you avoid the double reset. You'll still have guns in this next round.
Yep. It's going to turn into a good game, Roy. RBG firing on all cylinders. I really do enjoy their connector control. It just, Steel doesn't buy into the fighting it, right? A lot of teams you'll see, oh, just pinch connector. But without having water control, Steel backs out. Doesn't feel pressure to continue to take that fight. They take it to A. They find the solo player, and it all rolls downhill. And as you mentioned, no double reset. Just going to buy into the rifle, the single one they need to purchase. As Chaos look to do a spread default. Trying to figure out what RBG are up to. And I don't know how long it'll take, but I imagine not long for Josh to kind of get a feel of how RBG are playing. His T-sides are tricky, especially on overpass. And this default should help them figure this out. But RBG, you gotta say, Roy, looking pretty good early.
So far, so good. The real question becomes, what happens when they start to get contested early, right? What happens if this game goes 4-4? Do they keep their moment? Do they keep their confidence? Do they keep their impression? As of right now, Walco finds a pretty good opening pick. No trade potential there for Janji. They know that they've lost water control. A bit exposed there for Leaf. Not even looking towards water, even though Walco just got a kill from there. And that's now a 3-man advantage. Steel goes for the wild spray. Is able to eliminate G-Man in the process, but Vanity and Steel are extremely wounded. And I think they might just be going for the save.
Definitely considering it. I wonder how hard RBG really want to hunt. They can't necessarily afford to lose any weapons of their own because Chaos have built up that little cushion, that bank, that security roll that'll allow them to buy next round, save or not. But if they hang on to the op, Vandy can get utility around it. Steel can drop an AK. I don't think anyone really needs one per se because they're going to get $2,900 still. So Steel and Co. going to allow the 5th to slip in RBG's hands. And RBG seemed pretty lax, all things considered, Roy.
Counter-terrorists win.
So far. I'm liking it, Keith. They still don't have the op, though. That has to be brought up at some point. For now, though, they are doing a pretty good job. But I feel like RBG is making the right decisions, but Chaos is also being very careless with their approach at the moment.
Yeah, definitely being a little reserved. Water control from Chaos this time around. Steel will be sent to deal with Connector and the spray and the bothering bullets as they whiz around him from G-Man Chu. I think he saw Zeppa in his jump, but he's just going to put a couple more bullets towards Steel's way. Have a pop flash for Monster on the go. Leaf full blind. Here comes X. And he catches him while moving, spraying into the smoke. Cannot catch a break, can Leaf. As Chaos will sit quietly, considering their options. Steel going to be making a mid-round call momentarily. RBG look to reserve this one-man advantage. Pony's going to be calling for help up towards the A site. 3 on A, 2 on B, Roy. It looks like they're going to end B, but I'm even unsure at this moment.
I don't even think they're sure at this moment. I'm kind of surprised to see this. Chaos being stumped right now by a pretty well-established RBG. I think the other thing we have to talk about at some point is how much the veto overlaps with these two teams, which is where I think RBG might be able to tip the underdog-overdog favor. Is like they're a very well-constructed team. Like very rare to catch these guys slipping. You really have to push their boundaries a little bit. Steel goes for the bomb plant, but Pony, he's right there. That bomb plant denied. No time now for the round. Vanity and Zeppa forced on the save. And Chaos looks stumped, Keith. Absolutely stumped. And RBG, an amazing performance so far. Can I also point out that Zeppa has no damage done yet? 0.
Literally 0?
Yeah, 0 ADR.
Ooh,
he's
that's
Owen,
tough. Yeah, he is the definition of Owen. First name Owen, last name Owen. Tough. Well, money back in for Chaos, Roy. Can they find something going here? They've had someone save the last 3 rounds. The last 2 per round. Not having luck in these opening duels. Unable to get map control without RBG being all over them. Like a LaFortune to pizza, Roy. I'm gonna make another B reference. And Honey. Made enough of those today. Steel. Up Connector. Will catch Pony. At least they trade out the first pick that was found from RBG. That's a start. That's a trend of something positive for Chaos. Because there hasn't been much to discuss. And Wiz is still here. Aggressive bathrooms. A second player in G-Man Chu has already made his way here. And what a jump spot and pre-aim from Josh. Well done from Steel. As he'll slip in towards Divider. Tag up Wiz.
What?
It's crazy. I feel like that's a move Chaos do all the time. But Wiz dancing around bathrooms. Down to 7 HP. Zeppa has to find him cleanly. He will. A 2v2 turned 1v2. From 0 damage to having to find 300 in a round. And what does Zeppa do with 40 seconds? Not a lot of time, Roy.
Yeah, this is starting to get kind of weird. It's almost looking sloppy for Chaos. Like Leaf got the comm. They got the information that the Wiz was there in Sandwich. Well, why turn your back to that? You literally just threw a grenade. You're pressuring the player. You're throwing utility that's typically going to force him to move out of position, but you don't expect him to push into you. Like that just seems extremely careless right there from Chaos. And that mistake cost him 2 lives, Keith. That could have been their second round on the board right here. That could have been them contesting RBG's economy and really strong lead here. But instead, they drop the ball. They fumble again. Luckily for them, the loss bonus is keeping them into this one. Vanity with a missed opportunity there. That's another opening frag missed there for Chaos. And once again, the early attempts here for Chaos are thwarted by RBG as Walko begins to enter water and establish more breathing room for his team.
Zeppa slowly will get long control as the rest of Chaos are swiftly behind him. They will take party. They'll take long. Perhaps flash peek in towards bathrooms. That is the case. Buying time for Vanity to maybe open up this A site with his op Roy. That would be ideal. That'd be a great way to get this round started. One they desperately need at 7-1, Roy. Never forget. As now, Pony gets spotted, jump spotting. As he'll drop some utility for his teammate. Again, that's Wiz, of course. Close bathrooms. Molly over the top. Flash. And here we go. Wiz will find Vanity. A good trade for Leaf. Can they trade up the site player? Yes, they can. A 3v3, and G-Man chooses a maniac. Through the Molly, through the smoke. Walko stops the plant. His nade will land perfectly on Steel on top of it, and here comes Hex through the smoke. Leaf is caught sleeping. Steel is planning, and RBG, they're aggressive, they're forward, and they are taking control.
I love it. I love every second of this. I love what RBG is doing. Just the relentless pressure. And they have the economy to fall back on. They have the weaponry, the utility to continue that pressure onto Chaos, force him in very uncomfortable scenarios, and it seems to be going extremely well right now. And Chaos seem stunted once again. 8-1 now as the lead extends for RBG. A half buy for Chaos. Without that bomb plant, unfortunately, they weren't able to pump out a healthy buy. Here we go. Another attempt here for Chaos as they look to run the train down here towards bathrooms. Pony playing behind the smoke again.
Pony. It's been nice and aggressive. Can it be gonna keep doing this even against pistols? And look at the flashes tossed up from RBG from behind. Leaf with a CZ running it back. Does he swing over and help his teammates? He does! Leaf and Zeppa, the CZ gods. Leaf has an op now, and he's pushed forward in the smoke. Quick scope on a Walko. Next is up, and Leaf will do it. 4 for him. 2 at the CZ, 2 at the op. Right when Chaos needed to steal a round. Right when they were down and seemingly out on this T side. They come up with a round, Roy.
Now do that on the gun round. That's what I want to see. Like they're struggling a lot on these gun rounds for some reason. It's working for them in the pistols. Run a similar idea with guns and utility. This time they're going to go back to the default, which has been getting picked apart by RBG, but they're going to try it again. Steel here's in towards connector, isolated. So is John G in water. They're unable to help each other at the moment. And Steel is about to get confronted.
Wow, confronted indeed. At least he gets his one. Zeppa can hold the exit. Bunny's gone. Wiz is, of course, pushing forward. What else would you expect him to do? He legs Zeppa. Can he retreat? The spray seems too much. The slow from the getting hit. He will finally get dealt with. Is Zeppa going to throw a bit of a fake execute into this? He is. He'll throw jump up smoke. He'll come back down in connector. They've split Hex and Walko. That's exactly what they needed to do. Now Chaos can waltz in towards Monster. Does Hex get multi-frags? Just the one. Walko, perhaps considering a save, Roy. I think he may even attempt to go for Wiz's op. But I'm pretty sure Zeppa has his eyes peeled on it, or at least ready to hold it.
Hey, Keith. So maybe there is a sign of life here for Chaos. Convincing round. Although it was kind of flippy floppy in the mid round. Oh, Zeppa just heard it. Oh. What? Wait. Wait, what? He thinks he... Did he not see him cross? That was so obvious. I don't think he saw that, Keith.
That was interesting.
Okay. I mean, maybe not going to change the fate of the round, but the ops can certainly do some damage here.
Yeah.
And if they are very careless, maybe it can change the fate of the round. But they have an op, they have a scout, they have the Eagles, considering this is a double reset. So this is the opportunity, right, for Chaos to really bring some rounds back. They win this, they win the next. That's an 8-5. Not a bad half already. Walco. Good night, Leaf.
Yep. He is down and out for the count. The op already finding success. Good on Zeppa to find an answer. Keep your eye on Jonji, by the way, and short towards B. He does this all the time. So good at finding some room in the B site. Steel will find Hex. And now Chaos will own the B site if they so elect to roam and waltz in. Maybe do a little bit of a chive. The cha-cha slide. Slide to the left, slide to the right. They're in B, and I think Walco is just going to elect to stay out of this one, leave it to G-Manchu and Wiz. Rightfully so. Get the op out for one more go. Bomb will go down. Cannot stop it this time around. If Walco was here with his nade set, maybe. And hang on a minute. It's a 2v2. I bet they're very convinced to go for it. Vanity has a very forward position. Smart of him to get that smoke out, but it's a big gap. This is very abusable for Walco. And he's going to creep. He's going to move. Flash will come out. It won't hit Steel, who's got them both dead to rights. Chaos have hit 4 on their T side. That's already somewhat of an acceptable number. And there are a few more rounds to find some more, Roy.
That did get dangerously close, though, I must say. But they've done it, Keith. They have removed officially all weapons out of RBG's hands. This should be an easy tap in here. This should be the fixer-upper for the economy. And they might even put them at full buys for the remaining of the half to contest an 8-7, which is unthinkable, I feel like. I did not think this would even come close to an 8-7 with how heated RBG started. But it seems like God has made the right adjustment.
Jonji trying to help Steel out. We'll do just that. They're building some money, Roy. They're getting some numbers on the board. I wonder what was hampering Chaos so much, Roy. Was it just the flat-out aggression from RBG? And I guess the, not disrespect, but like the lack of concern for one's life in the round. They're just willing to throw themselves at Chaos and take those fights early, take those 50-50s, run through smokes. People would call that puggy, but I would call it confidence. And I suppose that was what was catching Chaos off guard early.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, right? I feel like confidence and aggression, these are such abstract terms, right? Like, I don't really know what is confidence doing, right? It's kind of abstract. Yeah. I think the one thing that RBG was doing extremely well was contesting the solo map control from Chaos. Like, they were willing to send Walco to fight 1v1 against Jonji. If that's what confidence is, then yeah, sure. I would say matching Chaos's tempo would more like it, really. Just looking to contest solo even. No problems for Walco to walk in water, fight Jonji. No problems for the player to connector to go fight Steel. They started even sending 2 to fight Steel at some point. And they're willing to take the 1v1s. If that's what confidence is, then yes. I think that's what was catching Chaos off guard.
That's exactly what I was talking about, Roy. Actually identical, word for word.
And we're on the same page.
You know? Yeah, we are.
We cast so much time together, our brains are probably synced up. We probably think about Hawaiian pizza at the same time.
Yeah, and jocks and pull-up socks.
True.
And bandanas with Ninja's name on it. Probably all things we were just thinking about. But specifically you and I. The nades on a G-Man shoe, deadly. And here comes Jonji. They're up short so quick, these pit players didn't even have a chance.
Destroyed.
That is such a slick strat. I've seen that before. It's hard to pull off. They make it look easy, but their spacing and timing and utility usage, it all has such set timings and such set perfection behind it. It's so hard for those pit players to A, not be blind, B, fight back. Because the first reaction for a B anchor, and maybe you can test this, Roy, as soon as you see flashes and nades coming over, you want to drop a molly. You want to pull out some sort of nade. But that, right there, you can't. And they're going to hunt Puni down. They can lose a couple AKs here. They don't care.
Oh, yeah, they can lose their entire weaponry here. It doesn't even matter. It's the second last round here. But yeah, I actually think the best the counter rush utility that you could possibly throw at B is the barrel smoke. That barrel smoke is insane at dealing with B rushes and B scrims. It makes it incredibly difficult for the pit players to, or excuse me, the monster players to move forward on site, and it generally cuts any sort of crossfire between short A, the people who are rushing short A, and the, or excuse me, short B, and the people who are running out monster. And they're not doing any of those, so that's probably a reason why they're struggling to hold down B keys on the fast plays. But as of right now, it is RBG with the full force buy, and what an ugly force buy this is. MP9s from Mosses, a Deagle, a Scout for Wiz, Nate Stack on top of G-Man-Chu, and they're looking to up the pace again. This time, RBG doesn't have quite the weaponry to defend against this, but somehow they're making it work with MP9s. Oh, missed shot by Vanity. That leaves him dead. Oh my lord, I'm done.
Oh, you're losing it. It's okay, Roy. Have a drink of water. Hydrate. Take a moment. Collect your thoughts. Leaf gets to allow Steel to work on the site. He'll start the planning process, his whizzes and graffiti. And Steel will back on out, leaving Leaf to do what he does best. Forward positioning, look for the fights, win them, of course, as he's in ramp. Pooney, one Deagle shot is all it will take for Leaf, and there it is. And now he has to play the guessing game. Who's who? Where did Steel go? Did he push monster? Is he back monster? Did he go short? Who knows? Has a kit, has a smoke. Those exchange mollies. That's big. Goody can jump on this. Steel's gonna count to 4, run through the molly, try to find him. He's off the mark, and he shoots to the right. He's the one who planted, so he only has himself to blame, Roy. 9-6. All in all, good half for both. RBG did come out swinging haymakers, though.
Yeah, they did. They were up 8-1 at one point, so they actually kind of flopped towards the end of that half. But I mean, 9-6 is still within a pretty reasonable finish here on the CT side. But now I feel like this is the hard part, right? If you're RBG, you were defending, you're kind of doing the off. I feel like it's easier to be aggressive on the CT side on this map than it is to be aggressive on the T side on this map. And hopefully they have some plays in mind and some nice ideas on how they're going to convert rounds. But as of right now, it's a straight up Hail Mary, up the monster, 5 players, they go.
Wiz to be able to find John G, the player, and Pit. Zeppo traded out immediately, but look at Chaos. It makes retaking P so much easier if you have water control, and they do. 3 players are here. As RBG, they've abandoned ship. They've run back up to A. Planning on truck. I don't mind this from RBG. Definitely could have planned it, but instead, elect to peace out. Walko has the best timing ever. He has the... Okay, good. The best timing ever to catch Leaf as he jumps up on the rail. Vanny and Steel know they have a 2v2 on site, and they're going to try to push this issue. Steel gets caught looking. Vanny's getting tapped, and Pooney has them both. RBG, back-to-back pistols, push them into 10 right away, Roy.
See, if that's what you call confidence from Walko, I would kind of agree with that.
Yeah, that's straight confidence, I think. In my opinion, that's what confidence looks like, where you do an unoptimal play, but you do it so well and with, like, definitive response, you know? Like, that's just pure confidence.
Yeah, and he was so patient on that, too. He knew exactly what her options was, and he knew that he didn't really need to back his teammate up. They were going to make it on site before the players were able to get there. But now the aggression coming out here for Chaos on the forward by his connector. A 1-for-1 deal, not a bad exchange. John G unfortunately gets destroyed on the B defenses, and G-Man-Chu is pretty much stuck towards Monster here. He's going to be pressed forward, and that's a trade. The equalizer for Chaos. 3s now.
Back to A. Run it up. Run it up. 2 sites for a reason. When one fails, the other should be open. 3v3, and Leaf's getting the cue that it's time to move. As he comes through water and up connector, Vanity letting him know that they are trying to pressure him and push him off of bank. Planning on his side dice. Can't reposition in time. Zeppo with the MAC-10 will have the same fate. He gets pinched. It leaves Leaf in a 1v3 with the CZ, Roy. And I don't even know if he has enough bullets in the CZ to get it done. 9 to be exact. Wins the first fight in a very calm reload. 50 HP exact. As he'll get a molly in towards bank. He's trying to force them both to jump up. And this is where he's going to strike. 1, maybe 2. No, Hex will get it. But that's a 5-head play from Leaf.
Okay, so lead extended, force buy defended, and RBG sit comfortably here on this eco against Chaos. Only double nades here for Leaf and Steel. And it seems to be all towards the B monster side. So as soon as they spot players, they'll either nade short or nade monster. I like this setup, actually. It's kind of nice for anti-rush protocols or people who are looking to play the round carelessly. Or risky, I should say. But no one's home, Keith. RBG's taking their time. They're going to clear out A. And with the bomb placement, they're not necessarily committed to the A site. They could either go A or B. But I think as of right now, they're just sending out feelers, just seeing what's happening, trying to bait all the pop. Look, clearing for the long A stack, clearing probably for the shower stack or the bathroom stack later on. And then they'll make a decision. If there's no one push B, they'll likely just end back on B. Chaos. Oh. Do they send Chu in time to feel out B before they commit A? That's really the big question here.
Yeah. That's what I don't know, right? I think the bomb is starting to lean connector. Yeah, I think G-Man is clearing all this out. Now, he hasn't cleared water or connector. So they may just send G-Man to flank. Oh, no, they're going back. They're trusting G-Man's intuition. Wiz may stick around a bit too long. He'll lead a nade, but he's going to be chased by Leaf. Leaf can't win the fight. Wiz will shut it down. And well done from RBG to realize they have to prod for information elsewhere. Otherwise, that may have turned around on them real quick.
Oh, that's a Galil. That's like a budget M4 right there that could be picked up.
Budget M4, eh?
Yeah, isn't it?
Five more bullets, spray pattern, kind of not
Kinda
similar,
whack.
maybe a
Whack.
little bit.
No, just say for what it is, Keith. It's whack. Okay,
It's a pretty bad.
Whoever can
it's a
control the
pretty bad
Galil
spray.
deserves a medal, but not worse than the FAMAS. That's for sure. I'd take a Galil over FAMAS 12 out of 10 times. I'd break the
Really?
laws of math.
See, I'm the opposite.
Really?
I prefer the FAMAS. Yeah,
That's it. We're fighting with pizzas, pizza boxes, pizza box war.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Maybe
need
I'm
chat's
crazy.
input on this. I'm gonna need chat's input on this. I need some backup chat.
Yeah,
Galil
one for
or
Mo-
FAMAS.
yeah,
Type it in the chat.
yeah.
I need your support here. I need some survey from the crowd.
I'm telling you, FAMAS should win that, hands down. It has to. I don't know. I like the feel. Welko, liking the feel of this round. Vanity run over. He does get a kill before he goes down. As RBG may flash into that smoke, Welko will take the op and back on up. Don't worry about long while he makes a deal with the bathrooms. And Roy, the FAMAS is winning.
Yeah, I
by
can
a
see that.
landslide.
You know what? Never mind. We don't need your survey chat. Go back.
Never mind.
Go back to not typing. All right, I admit defeat this time. All right, Steel. Good putting that Galil to work.
I don't know if they're going to expect him to push off of this, right? The same thing to do is when you're up a man on CTs to, like, you see an aggressive CT play, he gets one, he drops a molly, you can assume he's falling back. So this play from Steel comes down to timing here. And yeah, catches Walko, he'll get his second. Now he'll do the same thing and back up after grabbing that AK. That's the least he's earned. And he is going to stick around. Zeppa rotates up. This crossfire is going to be so set in stone. They're Masons, and they don't want to move. G-Man Shu will come first. Spots the shadow. Spraying from John G. Easy 2K for him. And thus starts the rise of Chaos. Can their CT side start to play this game of tug of war, Roy? Will they be able to pull it back to their favor?
I think it's definitely possible. Now they have AKs too. They went from Galil's M4s to triple AKs. A pretty terrifying buy, I have to say, obviously. And right now, RBG, they're going for the half-eat, they're going for the pistol, they're going for one set of armor, a few flashbangs, and they're looking for a prayer and a Hail Mary here towards the B site. Leaf is already eliminated. Janji's still in the heaven. Zeppa falls as well. Janji looking to salvage the round. He at least evens it up before the bomb gets planted. But now they're stuck in pit. They don't have a way to get on back on the bomb site.
Oh my, that molly from John G.
They're
now
going
flashes.
into them.
They're pushing in? They're gonna run right by him! There's no way they plant, right? They're gonna try to hold. They get a plant. Not only a plant, but a 2v2. An armor on Hex with a back 10. Vanity's on 7. This is actually the craziest T-round I've seen in a long time. Can Janji make it sane? Okay, he gets
Dude.
4. Have you ever seen something like that?
No, I don't think I've ever seen a 3v3 in CT halls before. Literally, I don't think I've ever seen that. And luckily, Janji's actually insane because if he didn't find the 4K right there, that was an eco right there for RBG. So he single-handedly kept them in check right there. I like the idea though. I mean, look, you're not gonna win the fights into heaven from sight with Tech 9s and Mac 10s, but you're probably more likely to win them inside the halls. Like, hypothetically speaking, oh, nice shot. Okay, the quad boost works. That's one way to open up the map. I'm gonna close my blinds real quick because it's reflecting on my monitor and I can't see anything.
That is completely fair. That's why us gamers typically game in the pitch black, and your blinds are always closed. Then again, I'm Weird Roy. At night, I do turn my light on. Ceiling fan on, light on. Check, check, steal. Well, he gets checked. Probably the last thing he expected from Hex to do. I think he might have spotted his barrel when caught him just when he's getting into the corner. Unlucky. And now RBG, 2-man advantage. Vanity's down to 13 HP. Yeah, you've missed a little bit. Chaos pushed connector control, and RBG were kind of all over it.
Hey. Now they're all grouped up towards long. I'm assuming information is completely denied here. G-Man destroys Leaf top connector. And along with that, really is any hope for Chaos to fight back into the draft, especially with Vanity at 13. So I say bit of due here to the Chaos players as they look for the exit. They're already on their way out. They still have some reserve money, so the next round will at least be weapon full. I guess is that a word? I don't even know. They don't have weapons. That's my whole point. But 13-8 now. I think they checked the veto. Who picked this map?
Good question. My guess, Chaos. Willing to be wrong, though. Willing to be wrong. I think they're the higher seeds, so they get first pick. Right?
Yeah, it is Chaos that picked this map. RBG picked Train. So interesting.
I haven't seen Chaos play Train in a hot minute, though.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Wondering if they even have played it recently. Oh, no, they played it. They played it 3 times on HLTV at least.
Yeah.
Which I don't think Chaos plays any non-HLTV games at this point. But
yeah, I feel like everything they're part of is yeah.
The crazy thing too is that Chaos has an 82% win rate on Overpass over 11 games. So I think that's 9 out of 11 games that they've won on this map.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, the other thing too is like RBG is not a HLTV heavy team. Like they have some games on here, but it's kind of hard to get a real statistical consensus on like where RBG stands data wise. Of course, we kind of have like an intuitive feel since we've seen them so many times and we've known them for so long. But here it is. This is in my opinion the final stand for Chaos. Like they need to make their stand here. Otherwise, the winning condition will be very fleeting for Chaos. RBG, an important round for them. Luckily, they've saved up enough bank that they have some safety net available to them.
I think G-Man Chu just faked like water control, the smoking in the molly, the double flash over. Chaos gonna have to either put some manpower to clear that or jump spot or get some sort of real info, because I think Chaos really are banking on the fact that RBG did just send players into water. What makes that apparent to me is the fact they pulled down the second A player and he's using his utility in towards water. A lot of trust in Steel in his forward position towards Fountain, which may just get caught by a link. It is. Timing is just on RPG's side. Anywhere they go, Roy. They are playing a really good game at Counter-Strike right now.
I'm telling you, man, RBG is such a well-constructed team. You cannot sleep on these guys. Now Chaos are about to shove since they've been pushed into one direction. It seems to be the case towards water. You can see that G-Manchu's absolutely holding for this. Does Zeppa even expect this angle? He does, but the AK is just a little superior, and G-Manchu was a little bit more ready. Now they have a double man advantage. But wait, they're coming back. Coming back. This is so awkward. Vanity finds the opening pick. He sees that G-Manchu was making his way to the B site, so I think they know this is ending B.
Vanity, one more towards Pillar, looking towards Monster. Can he find the third? It would be a massive change in the round. He gets caught. He's just so blind, and he falls. John G out in the rafters. Wiz will find him. 2 for him, 2 for Booney, 14 for RBG. Boatloads, and I mean boatloads of cash, and 2 rounds away from closing this out in what has been an impressive show of skill, determination, and grit from RBG, Roy.
And structure. Like, we can't take that away from them, too. Like,
Yeah,
they
so
have
true.
individual power right now, but they seem to be very well cohesed and sewn together. Shout out to them for the effort that they've been putting in. Early flash here for RBG, looking to deny information towards the A site. They have to be careful of this scout in Vanity's hands. 1 or 2 tags might change the fate of the round completely. Ganji and Leaf starting to push into Monster together. Oh, they know. That fake flashes gave away everything. Sometimes fake flashes are really bad. This is one of those cases where it's really, really bad. Now they know 100% this is ending A. Like, there's no way in hell anyone's coming back B after that one. Ganji, I think they hear a guy connector. They might split here. Leaf might go hunting for the guy connector. Ganji might, yeah, they are. Oh no, Leaf! Dude, he would have never expected that. Ever.
Things you hate to see for 500, please. That's... Ouch. Ouch, ouch. John G. 5'7", knows there's a player in connector, gonna try to get behind them himself. Zeppo with a deagle on sight, and that's all he has, Roy. Nothing to stop them, nothing to slow them down. Steals here as Penny will throw his smoke. Molly flashes over. G-Man will spin on John G. Ouch. Another one of those moments. And Zeppa gets the dice. 1.
Oh, no.
Give him 2. Maybe. 2. No.
Everyone is
and
whiffing.
dead.
Everyone is whiffing. Literally,
That
I
was
just watched 5 people whiff. Easy kills. Steel had a double kill there easily. John G had a kill at least. Zeppa could have gotten one at least. Oh, wait. I just realized. They had their monitors turned off, and I think they just realized that too. They're turning it back on. Everything is good to go now. Map point for RBG, though. 7 of those in a row, Keith. I'm not sure how to feel about their odds here for Chaos. I don't even want to know the odds here for Chaos, but they're going to have to step the heck up here.
Definitely time to play like the Chaos we know you can. Where is that explosive power? Determination we've come to love from the Chaos brand. And this team specifically. Can they clutch up when they need to? RBG back to their default things. Looking to get towards party. Perhaps pressure long. There's the flash. Wiz will peek. Missed stop shot from Vanity. Full blind. He's fallen back. Nothing left for him towards long. He'll reposition in towards bathrooms. And RBG will send the lurk smoke and perhaps just regroup towards B. A simple B hit. They've pulled the rotate. They've done everything right, Roy. Definitely no overthinking to be had.
Oof. Sighs of frustration, I imagine, from the Chaos players. Steel's already been eliminated. They've lost eyes on the A site. They're still holding the double man defense here towards Monster. He's gonna find an easy kill. Going for the spray onto the second. Even does damage to the third. This is gonna set up Zeppa beautifully. Unfortunately, Hexty removes Janji, but it won't even matter. Zeppa's awake now. And it's down to Walco in the 1 versus 2, looking to close out the game, but he has no time. The round is done. It's over.
Wow.
It's dusted. Put this one to bed for now. And Chaos, they hold on. Up an AK for Vanity and Zeppa. They'll have to drop some guns here to their brothers. but money still aplenty for RBG, Keith. It will be this buy for sure. I'll have to discuss their finances, though, a little bit, how they're going to spread the wealth. I imagine a weapon will be dropped over to Pony. And everyone else is pretty much good to go here. No problems.
Seemingly so. Starting to wake up. Are the Chaos Boys just a little late, isn't it, Roy? Just a little late. At least they had a decent T-half that got them the 6 rounds, right? Now they've been able to get up to 9. 6 in a row. That's all it's going to take. It can happen in a moment. Welcome. Now towards party very early. Vanity eats some nade damage and is willing to stick around. This is such, like, you could cut the air right now. It's so thick. It just, I could feel the tension in the server. With Vanity being aggressive, steal, and connector, it's always a nervous place to play by your lonesome. A lot of trust in Vanity to be able to get one, and your water players and B players to support you if you want to get out. And Vanity's left him. Steel's alone now, Roy.
Yeah, this is... Oh my god, this is so uncomfortable. There's Steel. He finds the opening frag. Now the alarms are ringing. RBG is looking for the hunt. Wiz is already here, so the pincer is definitely in action. Steel is immediately dealt with. John G looking... Oh, he just got into a really nice position too. Do they hard clear this though?
I feel like they have to.
Oh, Vanity just
But
got
Vanity
such an
from
important
sight.
kill.
Yeah, that's gonna hard sell it. They overlook his position now. Wiz and Wonko, all that remains. Missed shot from Wiz, getting chased. A second missed shot. John uses the pistol. It's Wonko alone, and not for long. Chaos gets to double digits. RBG will have to take a save for a round.
Keith,
Yes, sir.
do you agree that if this goes OT, Chaos is winning this?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Like if you think right now, if RBG lose 5 in a row, Chaos wins overtime with money reset.
Yes. Purely based on like how this game's going and the flow of it, it's so hard to bounce back after you're on 15 and you stall it.
Okay.
And they're waking up. So
They are
RBG,
waking up. That's why I'm asking. Like, they seem to be a very different team than what they were before. Look at this. Now the crossfires are in action. A Mo down here on the B site. Losing only 1 player. Not a big deal. But most importantly, they hold on 15-11. Only 4 rounds to go. That's, what, 3 gun rounds at most if bomb plants are present? I mean, it's not impossible. Chaos really do have to tighten up here. There's no room for error. Literally none. I would have liked to see Steel get an M4
I was
here.
about to say the same thing. It's kind of like a why not, right? Missed shot from Vanity, but he would love to take that back. Gorgeous flash in from Leaf. It allows John G to peek and find G-Man 2. RBG are not being quiet about their plans for this round, Roy, as they stomp up long, take bathrooms control by storm, throw the lurk smoke towards long, but it feels like they've given up a lot. Chaos kind of have them stuck, not necessarily fully, but they have bathrooms control. They've pulled everyone out of B. The solo B player in John G is now coming up connector, and here comes the execute. Vanity on dice, nice hop shot in, flashes from Zeppa, Vanity gets 2, and just like that, it's Wiz alone. A 1v5. Ace it up to win the game, and no, Vanity stops him with 3. Rejected. So close to dunking it. Chaos prefer the AKs over carrying the op because Vanity can buy another. Because they realize their money game doesn't really necessarily matter. It's irrelevant, so...
Yeah, exactly.
A little tidbit there.
For sure, yeah, it's a really good thing to point out. Because now they have 3 AKs, right? These are really strong rifles to have on the defense. But RBG, without the bomb plant, again, they cannot sustain buys. But realistically speaking, now we're talking about 1 gun run and a half here available for RBG, unless they get a bomb plant in the next round. Oh, look at Steel. He makes that destroyed. Wiz was so disoriented there from those flashbangs.
Yeah, he couldn't see a thing, could he? Steel's finding it. He's feeling it. He's making this connector his own.
Oh, he's going back up too. Oh,
He is
no.
just going everywhere.
Oh, he missed the timing
back down?
twice.
Oh
No!
yo,
Dude, he's a little rabbit.
he is
He's
hopping.
fast.
He is hopping.
He's fast on his feet.
Oh,
He's moving them tiny legs.
yo, he needs a carrot because that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
I've never seen a man so old run so fast in my life.
Oh my god.
Okay, a little evasive maneuver. You love to see that.
You know Josh is the type of guy too, ducks in real life too, so he probably like
Oh yeah, the
ducked
dodging
while
while.
still doing yeah. He dodged while doing that in real life. 100%.
Yep. I used to do that when I was
Wow.
younger. When I was playing racing games, I'd like lean with whatever side I was trying to turn.
Oh yeah. That was the best though. Immersive.
Yeah, very immersive. Here we go. What could be the final full gun round here for RBG, Keith? 15-13. Only 2 rounds away now for Chaos. They've done such a good job to get here, although how they got here is in question for sure. Now is the sneak play here for RBG. They're looking for an explode here onto the B site, but I think there's 4 players here, including one in heaven. This is not going to end well for RBG.
Not ideal. Smoking towards heaven. This is just the prerequisite for an execute. He'll boost Puni. He catches the head of Leaf. That's a big kill. I think Leaf even had some utility left on him. So with that being dropped, they're down to a smoke and a flash on Steel. He's hoping that someone will boost back up or make a sound. He's going to use his smoke towards short. Can these 3 players with no utility from Chaos Roy lock this out? Bit of spam from John G. Flashes over. Here comes the monster hit. Steel still staying in the heaven rafters. He needs to go big. Can he get 2? He does before he goes down. John G, can he double in? No. Wiz denies it. It's Vanity alone. 10 seconds, but he has to plant. Smoke in the middle of the site as he'll try to plant. Does Vanity find the planter? Oh, just off the mark. Eagle does, though. And now it's up the up. And Wiz, a smoke towards heaven. And a reposition is due. And as Vanity walks out, Wiz will move and he'll get it. They will do it. It definitely took some time. It took a bit of a stretch, Roy. But RPG will take Chaos's pick. And I hope they're not feeling too distraught of how long that took, because it was still a great showing from them in the end.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, I feel like RBG was the better team. As weird as that is to say, considering how big the names were on Chaos. Of course, we can say they started slow. We can say all these things. But at the end of the day, it's a 16-13 victory over a team that is considered a much higher caliber than your team. And so a net positive for the RBG boys, the young guns in the server. And what a performance that was on Overpass. And now we're going to be going into RBG's map pick on Train. And they must be ecstatic that they won this first map. That's surely going to propel them forward. And I'm pretty excited for that one, Keith. That will be coming up here in a few minutes. We are going to cut to a quick short break. We'll be back in a few. We'll see you then.